and surrounding area. Tiger Talk is brought to you by Tiger Talk, brought to you by Whistle Stop Donuts, Strain Beans Coffee House on Lower Main in Princeton, Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Katie's, delicious homemade goodness, and Perry's Floors and more.
Make the morning great with a stop at Whistle Stop Donuts on West Main Street in Princeton. Whistle Stop makes their donuts fresh daily, and they're ready on your way to work or school. They have a wide variety of fresh donuts, so you can surprise the office with a dozen delicious donuts. Stop by Whistle Stop today and enjoy a donut or a dozen. They're open 5 a.m. to noon Monday through Saturday. Whistle Stop Donuts on West Main in Princeton.
And at 8:07, good Tuesday morning, we are starting a new year here on Tiger Talk. And we have in the studio this morning two guests. I have Gale Cherry and Pat George. They are here to talk about the great event that's coming up on January the 15th. It is Unity in the Community. It's the celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you all? That seems to be the buzzword of at least the past few days, hasn't it?
It absolutely has.
Well, it's nice to have you both here today, and it's actually kind of warm in here, isn't it?
Yes, it's nice in here.
It feels pretty good. Well, welcome to Tiger Talk this morning, and this is something now that has been going on several years in our community, and it seems to just be gaining momentum each and every year. Lots of churches collaborate and come together, and on January 15th, we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and this is something that really has developed and blossomed into something really nice in our community. So let's talk a little bit about it and the celebration that's coming up.
Okay. All right, which one of us goes first?
Go ahead, Gale.
I'll go first, since I've gotten the written thing here that I can read from. We have enjoyed it so much every year, and it just, as you say, gets better and better. And this year, we're going to convene in the main auditorium of the church. And then following Dr. Carrie Allen's presentation, we will go upstairs and have lunch. So we'd love everybody to be there and in their seats by 12 o'clock if possible. The speaker this year is Carrie Allen. She's a doctoral student and hospice chaplain. And before that, she had a career in politics, which should be an interesting addition to her biblical studies. And she's worked as an appointee in local and federal and state government, and served as legislative assistant in the United States Senate to then Senator and now Governor of Minnesota, Mark Dayton, where she maintained an expertise in healthcare policy. She's a former Lily pastoral resident of the Fourth Presbyterian Church of Chicago, which is a fabulous church if anybody's ever been up there to see it. It's on the Miracle Mile. And she is going to be talking about things that she is an expert in, which is and one of the things she's been most interested in are the disparities in quality of health care for black women in the United States. She's also quite an avid reader, as you might expect, and a hiker, and is a very well-rounded individual. So we're looking forward to hearing from her this year.
Recently, I read an article about Dr. Allen, and it just piqued my interest real good. And first of all, Ty, I want to say thank you for having us here this morning to talk about it.
Well, you're very welcome, Pat, and I think just from the credentials that Dr. Allen has, I mean, I think she's going to be just a fantastic speaker, and it seems like each and every year you all certainly provide us with someone who I think exemplifies and is able to talk about and discuss the life of Dr. King in a way that really brings us all together.
Yes. this year, we've never really had a theme until this year. And I think at one of our previous meetings, Brother Ken asked us to come up with a theme, and Paulette Gray came back with unity in the community. So, looking back over the last 3 years that we've had this, there has been unity in this community. So, I hope it continues to get better and better.
Go ahead.
We have great fun in the choir, too, because that's a lot of people in the community that you don't have an opportunity to sing with come to that, and we've enjoyed that a lot.
That is, and I've actually participated in that choir. Miss Barbara Polno does a very, very fantastic job. Now, this is a collaborative effort.
Yes.
Central Presbyterian has always, I think since its inception, pretty much has hosted this event, and I think this year, where we've been in the fellowship hall in the past, we are actually moving into the sanctuary. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's correct.
Because we've pretty much outgrown the fellowship hall this year.
Yes.
So that is another new thing. And let's mention some of the other sponsors here that you all have that have come together. Harrison Street Baptist Church, Princeton First United Methodist Church, Shepherd Street Baptist, Spillman Chapel CME Church, the St. James Cumberland Presbyterian Church, of course, Central Presbyterian Church, First Baptist Church of Princeton, Ogden Methodist Church, the First Christian Church of Princeton, and Northside Baptist Church, all collaborating. And among, these are just what's listed on the card. There are other folks that lend their talents and their time to
Yes.
really get this, make this a nice program.
Well, one of the groups that's going to give us some help again this year will be the Horizon students, or the Horizon Club from Caldwell County Middle School, and they're under the direction of Miss Chelsea Ladd, Mr. Vic Gray, and of course we know Mr. Smiley is the principal there at the middle school.
Right.
And so we're, adding them. They are going to do something different this year also.
Yeah, the Horizon Club is a nice club that,
Yes.
they have been involved in several things, I know, at the church, and participated to not always lend a helping hand, and it's good that those kids are getting exposed and experienced to some of these programs that we're having here publicly. Let's talk about what folks can expect as far as, and you might have mentioned it, I was going through some technical, running through some technical issues when we were talking about Dr. Allen, but tell the folks about where they can get tickets and how that would work if they would like to come and be a part of this celebration.
They can get them starting now at Feather Your Nest.
Okay.
They're $5 a piece downtown on Main Street, and after Thursday they'll also be available at Cat's Tail next to the theater,
Next
the
to
bookstore.
theater. Yes, that's Maggie Gammon's bookstore.
And then Pat, you can tell them about the various people that they can get involved
They
with.
can always contact Reverend Ken Gottschall, Charlie Morgan, Beth Engelbright, Paulette Gray, Barbara Poulino, Lisa Moore, Geneva Malone, Gale Cherry, and myself.
Okay. That's fantastic. And of course, we do want to remind our listeners as well that we will be streaming the program online as we come to celebrate this. And of course, with your $5 ticket, not only do you get the fine program, the singing, the song, the feeling of fellowship, but you get a meal as well.
Yes.
You do. It'll be a buffet, so it will go fairly quickly.
Okay. Tell us about the meal a little bit. Is that something that different people have brought in, or is it something that has been done by the churches? How does that work?
Mostly the church is doing
Okay,
this,
okay.
and we enjoy doing that every year for the community.
Right. And you will use the fellowship hall and the Presbyterian church to serve the meal.
Yes.
And then everybody will go down and enjoy the program in the
The
sanctuary.
church is first.
The church is first.
You got
The
to
meal
eat,
is
but
after.
you got to listen before you can eat.
Yeah, and that's been, I think, that's been different in previous years. I think we've had
Yes,
our
you
lunch
have
first, and then the
first,
program afterwards.
Afterwards, yes.
Well, it's nice. I know that there's quite a few folks that have come together, the committee, and to make this work, and it gets changed and worked on each and every year, and has grown and gotten better. Do we know exactly how many years we've been doing this now? I know I've been involved at least 3.
I'm
years.
thinking 3. but
Yeah.
It's been 3.
I think it's been 3 years.
been
so,
3,
and
yes.
and again, it keeps growing. It gets bigger, and what a way to honor the legacy of a wonderful man.
That's true.
So, and with the community coming together, and it is unity in the community.
That's
I
right.
think you get the full effect and the full feeling if you attend, and we encourage everyone to get tickets. Is there a certain number of tickets, or is it just selling until?
Well, I think we've maxed out at about 200.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm sure, if we sell those 200.
We can get into standing room only, can't we?
We can do the standing room only.
That's awesome. What else have we missed? Anything else about the program that you would like the listeners to know?
No, I think that's about it. But it's important for this community to do this once a year.
Oh, no doubt about it. It is, and it's such a nice program. And again, being a participant the past several years, you do get a feeling of unity in the community when you're there.
And it's nice to hear from people who are not in this community, which has been the case.
Exactly.
It broadens our thinking and gives us a window on what goes on in other areas of the country, in this case.
It does, and I tell you, I've been impressed each and every year with the quality of speakers that have been brought in by the committee. They are fantastic. You go away from the program feeling inspired, feeling like, we are together. And if we work together to make things better, that's just what it's all about. And that's what Dr. King's legacy was all about.
That's right. And I really, Ty, like this theme this year, unity. Last night, I was just trying to kill some time.
You were watching football, Pat.
No, I'm tired of football.
Me too.
But anyway, I didn't say that. But anyway,
I had to kid you about that.
I know. I was just looking up some quotes about unity that Dr. King had, and I went through, I think it was like 50, and every one of those, he did have something in there about unity.
Yes.
And it's interesting that Pat and I were in the first integrated class here at Caldwell County High School. And that has been something that has kept us all close together in our class. It was a fabulous year, and so we have, in a way, a very special approach to that.
No doubt about it, and that's it. That's a neat perspective because when we've attended Dotson Days and when we've attended events, that comes up about when the schools were integrated and just how wonderfully and smooth the transition here was because everybody,
we wanted it to be.
Yes,
and the adults in the community made it happen.
They made it happen.
The coaches, the principals, and Pat was the only girl in our class.
Girl.
Were you really?
The only girl. Ty, I got to tell you something, and I think I've told this to Gale and several others. When I was told, that I was going to go that my senior year, I said, oh, no.
It scared you, didn't it?
It scared me.
Sure it did.
And then I started thinking, well, maybe this is an opportunity. And I often tell people that when they put in those documentaries on TV about schools integrating the problems, I wish they'd come to Princeton, Kentucky and ask us, how did it go that year?
I think that would be wonderful because you just think it was a rough transition from some of the documentaries and some of the films and videos and news stories you saw around the country, but what a model Princeton, Kentucky could be.
But we were so enriched by the inclusion of Dotson in our classes, and Pat has enriched my life all these years, and we've been close all these years that I've been here. But that was the year we won the state football championship.
Yeah, exactly.
And basketball, we went to quarterfinals.
Yes.
And we treasured each other through the years.
I think so, and of course, I didn't come along until about 1968. I was not even here, but I can tell you that from everything that I've heard about and hear the stories, it was the coaches, it was the parents, it was the administrators of the schools that made this smooth transition. And I think that when you look at there are two communities in one community, but they are together and they are one, and it's been that way ever since.
It has. Ty, we see these people taking their children to school that day. Well, Gale, I don't think. They might have been somewhere looking to make sure things, but we didn't see them, and we had a great day. I mean, a great year, a great day.
Yeah, let's. If you got a second, let's explore this because it's fascinating to me. But let's. Do you remember that day and what it was like? I mean, can you reckon back that far? And just know it was just a normal school day.
It's a normal school day.
I can't remember.
remember.
Which is significant in itself, is that we don't remember it. So it was
Right.
not.
So it was, I think
It was kind of
speaks volumes.
exciting. I mean, I think, as I recall, we were kind of excited about it. I was excited about it. That's about all I can remember, and thinking, oh, good, something new and something different. Because by the time we were seniors, we had about worn ourselves out.
And this
I think,
was your
with,
senior year.
with new
Right.
and
This was
different.
my
Yeah,
senior
this
year.
was your senior year.
But our day, and I can remember, started out like if we were going to Dotson School, it would start out one person would go down and another two or three, well maybe two sisters or two brothers, we'd all join together and we would walk down Plum Street
Wow.
and go to school. And then as the day, when it was over, we went back together. It was just the togetherness, and we explored things. The guys stayed for football practice
Yeah,
or
or whatever.
But we had such fond memories of Dotson that we finally just brought them with us when we went to Caldwell.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Obviously,
it wasn't anything new because they had started coming to some of the guys' basketball games.
sure, because it was.
And then Dotson would play down at Butler Gym, and most of the time it would be filled to capacity.
I bet it would.
And Pat made an interesting, somebody had said something about, well, we just wanted them because of the athletics. But you mentioned that there were a lot more classes available. That was one of the
Available,
reasons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the case.
And it was behind the scenes. Nowadays we ask our kids, "What are you gonna do? What do you think about this situation?" And I'm just gonna relate back to how me and my sister found out about that. We were sitting at home, and my aunt, who was our caregiver, said, "How do you feel about going to Caldwell County School next year?" And then, of course, me being Pat George, I give all my reasons,
Of course.
And she says, "Well, it's a done deal."
Wow.
And I said, "Done deal?" She said, "Yes, the parents had been meeting with the administration from both schools.
So this had been a lot of planning and
A lot
and
of planning. I think it took about, a year, Gale, to get it actually.
Did any of the administrators or teachers from Dotson integrate into the Caldwell County Public School System?
Not at that point.
Not at that point.
At that
Okay.
point, but
Okay.
no.
But certainly later.
Later they
But
did.
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember when.
I think it's when the school actually closed the doors itself in maybe
Okay.
1968
Okay.
that they put the employees somewhere else.
And when did the Dotson school burn, didn't it?
Yes,
Okay. What year was that?
I think that was. I can't. And I'm thinking it was in the late 60s, early 70s.
Okay, late 60s, early 70s. Okay. Well, what a great day it's going to be coming up on Monday the 15th, and we encourage everybody to see one of these committee members as mentioned for your ticket, or you can go to the Cat's Tail, and what was the other location?
Feather Your Nest.
Feather Your Nest.
And don't forget
Nottingham.
choir practice Monday at 5
Yeah,
o'clock.
if you've got any kind of a voice at all, Miss Barbara, I think, would appreciate you coming, and it's a joy. She does a great job with the choir. I
She
know
and Miss Rachel Childress.
Miss Rachel Childress, yes, and they do a great job, and it'll be a wonderful day. It really will.
Yes.
Good food, good fellowship, and a wonderful message from Dr. Carrie Allen. There's no doubt about it.
Yes.
To celebrate the legacy of just a tremendous man. So.
So I want to say that we don't actually. Some people think we just start at the last minute getting this together. As soon as this one's over,
Start
we're-
planning, don't you?
We're gonna come together and say, what did we do wrong this year? How can we make it better? And then we kind of go out, and then early August in the Gale.
Yeah, we were starting early.
We know who we're gonna ask for a speaker. We have a list of people.
So
that-
you kind of keep
so
that
we
fresh
can
and rolling, and in
keep
case
it-
one can't, you got somebody else lined up ready to
lined
go.
up, yes.
Well, fantastic. Thank you to all of those that plan and make this event what it is, and just hope that it continues to build and grow, and it does unify our community, and I think it has, and I think it will continue to do so. So let's pack the church and look forward to that celebration on January the 15th. Go there live if you can, folks. If you cannot attend, we will stream it on our website, wpkyonline.com, and provide that for you. So thank you.
Thank
very
you,
much.
Ty.
Very
for
much.
having us. Yes.
Okay, that is January 15th. Had the pleasure of having Gale Cherry and Miss Pat George in the WPKY studios. We are talking about unity in the community. It's the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration. That is coming up Monday, January 15th, and that will be at 12 o'clock in the sanctuary of Central Presbyterian Church. The meal will be after that in the fellowship hall of Central Presbyterian Church. That's going to wrap up this edition of Tiger Talk. Oh, my goodness. On this Tuesday, January 2nd, it is 8:26. Thank you for listening, everybody. Tomorrow, don't forget, it is our extension program. That it is Wednesday, and we will have an agent from our University of Kentucky Extension office out on US 62 West here to get us up to date. It's a new year, all kinds of wonderful things going on at the UK Extension office. Thank you so much for joining us on Tiger Talk this morning. For Gale Cherry and Pat George, have a wonderful day, everybody.
String Beans Coffee House in downtown Princeton specializes in made-to